Look, he was in the Coast Guard.
Yeah. Smile, John.
He didn't get past Hawaii, though.
Uh-huh.
Smile, John.
Good evening. It's July 20th, 2025, and it's my distinct pleasure and honor
Oh, boy.
to be speaking with Mr. John J. Jeckovich. How are you doing today?
Good, very good.
You're looking nice in the red.
Yeah,
You look like you're in pretty good shape.
good shape, huh?
Yeah.
They keep putting that stuff in my eyes. I can't see anything.
Well, you just keep blinking. Listen, Mr. Jeckovich is speaking of his reading ability. He gets delivered 3 newspapers to his home every morning, and he reads them without glasses. And his hands are so strong, he'd shake you, shake your hand, knock you out. You're doing pretty good. You beat the system. You beat the system.
It's gonna go away.
Yeah. Mr. Jeckovich was from Company H, the 2nd Battalion of the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. Mr. Jeckovich lives by the motto, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. Yeah. So, that's that. We have a lot of text messages, and we also have a lot of reading to do. We read your book once already, and how many pages?
849.
Yeah, that's a big, beautiful book, yeah. 849, and we're reading it now for the second time around. And we're on chapter 7, and we're discussing Mr. Jeckovich is in training in Wales at Haverford West.
Yeah,
And before he gets sent to the front line. So you had a lot of training up to this point.
yeah,
San Antonio, Indiana,
yeah.
New York,
Texas.
You've been all over, yeah. So now he's training there. We're on chapter 7, and it's titled Jean Sonitas the Bombers. Now Jean is a girlfriend Mr. Jeckovich had in Haverford West, and it was her name was Jean Rowan Young, and she lived with her mom and dad. Her father was like a mayor, wasn't he?
Yeah, Mary, yeah.
Yeah. So we located Mr.
She
Jeckovich.
was a school teacher.
We located Mr. Jeckovich, other girlfriends. We located Ann Mahaney from Owensboro, Kentucky, and Mr. Jeckovich actually spoke with her. And then Renee, the former nun in Paris, we know she had we know what took place there. She had her mother and father killed, and she was notified in the Roman Catholic convent that her parents were killed and tortured. This is when the Nazis were occupying Paris. And
26 minutes.
And then later she was notified in the convent that her two brothers were tortured and killed by the Nazis. And she left the convent. I'm sure she questioned her faith, but even the Pope questions his faith. And she joined the French underground, right? The French
Resistance.
And she had a beautiful studio set up in Paris, right?
Yeah.
And what was she doing the portraits of?
Faces only.
Of who?
German authorities, big shots.
Yeah, the top of the line German officers, the SS, when they were still occupying Paris, she was doing portraits of them, because these guys all have great big egos, and they want to see themselves up on the wall.
They talk about themselves and get off a lot of good information.
Yeah, and Renee did this for a simple reason of gaining information. She was like the fly on the wall about what's going on and any information that would be helpful to the French resistance. And Mr. Jeckovich dated her for many months when he was recovering in a Paris hospital of several combat wounds. Did you go to the French resistance?
Oh, yeah?
What did it look like down there?
Downstairs, a little dumpy. It's in the sewer.
A sewer. So eventually, this was girlfriend number 3, a fine young lady. We should maybe classify a little bit more respect than girlfriend number 3. What finally happened, Renee?
Renee?
Yeah.
Well, she got killed. They
How'd
took
that
out and
happen?
shot her.
How'd that happen?
Well, she found out, the Germans found out that she's eavesdropping on them and passing information over.
And then what?
Took her out in the field and shot her in the head.
That was it. So we know about Emma Hailey, girlfriend number 1. We know about girlfriend number 3, killed by the Nazis. Girlfriend number 2 has been a mystery. It's been one hell of a mystery. Her name is Jean Roller Young. Mr. Jeckovich went out with her for several months. And we spent a lot of time and resources trying to locate her, and they simply could not find her or her family. In fact, we sent investigators to the house, and the house is located at, let me give the reading on this thing. The house is located at 47 Abercastle Road, Haverford West. Investigators went door to door asking about Jean Rowan's young family, and we all came up with empties. Nothing. So that mystery's still there, but I assure you, during Mr. Jekovich's lifetime, we'll get an answer to this. In fact, we had our buddies at the Daily Mail in London, which has a circulation of over 1 million some days. They did a full-page story about this. Came up 0. We came up with a lot of nice people helping, very nice people helping, but we still came up 0. So anyone out there that's listening, Jean Rowan Young, if you could throw us a couple clues where to keep on going, right?
Right.
We're going to find her no matter what it takes. Yeah. Unfortunately, wars are pain and misery, right? Pain and misery wars.
Yeah.
Mr. Jeckovich, during World War II, he was beat up, shot, stabbed, sniper shot him in the shoulder,
Lost the hip.
lost a hip, dirty bomb. Dirty bomb. What's a dirty bomb?
They put all kinds of stuff in it and drop it on you. Screwdrivers, razor blades, and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, to do the most destruction to the young American soldiers, the Nazis would put in these bombs like razor blade, screwdrivers, old wrenches, old pieces of metal, anything that would blow up and cause damage. In fact, you're looking at a man that can't go through an airport because all the alarms will go off because he's got a lot of shrapnel still in his body, right?
Well,
So,
it's some. I don't have a lot.
How do you get to the airport? You set off the alarms.
I got a slip. I just showed him the slip.
Yeah. And Mr. Jeckovich also suffered from trench foot and frostbite. And 80 years later,
They still got it. Here it is, right here.
yeah, 80 years later, he's still in pain with frostbite. Could you imagine? Wow. What's the pain level right this minute, Mr. Jeckovich?
The what? 7.
7, yeah. Does it get worse at night?
At night when I relax, yeah.
Jeez. We learned a lot of things from World War II, and one of the small things we learned about was frostbite. If you're out in the cold weather or skiing, this year's coming, and you have a case of frostbite, don't run in the lodge in front of the fireplace. Make a snowball and rub it on the frostbite area, and it'll get your blood circulating again. That's one of the little things we learned about frostbite. We learned a lot of things from World War II that we still use today. It's just amazing. During World War II, there were 16,400,000 young men and women that participated in World War II, American men and women, and mostly teenagers. And during that time, we have left right now about 5,000 frontline combat infantry fighters like Mr. Jeckovich, and we're losing them at a rate of 150 a day. So do the math. You can figure it out. So if you want to talk or text a true hero, World War II hero, text Mr. Jeckovich at 407-366-0000. Text Mr. Jeckovich at 407-366-0000. Yeah, and he'll be glad to answer all your questions, and he certainly will answer your questions. Keep in mind, you know, we've had wars for thousands of years, and we'll probably have wars for 1,000 more years, right, Mr. Jeckovich?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
We can never put it down. There's always wars. So a message to moms: keep your boys tough. Don't sissify them. Don't make wimps out of them. Your mother was tough with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my mother was tough too.
Your mother was tough too. Because listen, if you make wimps out of them or you sissify them, they won't survive, will they? Mr. Jeckovich survived the war as a 19-year-old boy. He went in there as affectionately they called him, the diaper division. How come?
33.
33 is the code for teenage fighters. And by the time he left the war, he had many, many medals. Maybe I'll read them later, I don't know. And he left the war because he held Bastogne with many other divisions, and they lost about 96, 97%. He was one of them that survived, and now they're classified as the bloody bastards of Bastogne, the bulge busters. And one of his buddies was a great kid. His name was Donald Lee. And he wasn't street smart, was he?
Well, no.
Donald Lape was, and what'd you keep on telling Donald Lape to do?
Keep your head down and keep popping his head up. I said, what are you looking for over there? You know what's over there.
And what finally happened to him?
They zeroed it down and took his head off.
Yeah, a dirty bomb hit a beautiful young boy in the same foxhole. Mr. Jeckovich, dirty bomb took his head off and just his glasses were hanging from his ear. And that's the same shrapnel Mr. Jeckovich has in his legs and back. So keep in mind, moms, don't sissify these kids. You have to make them tough, or they won't make it to a war. And believe me, everyone can say we won't have wars, but there's always going to be war. It's never going to be put down. You have to teach your kids, your boys, not your females. You have to teach your boys to be like a lion and a fox. The fox is smart enough to recognize trap. The fox is smart enough to recognize traps. You have to be fox smart. And the lion is strong enough to scare away the wolves. Yeah. Be like a lion and a fox, and no one will ever beat you. Yeah. Be like a lion and a fox, and no one will ever beat you. Some of those medals I want to tell you that Mr. Jeckovich was decorated with during World War II. Bronze Star Medal, Purple Heart Medal, Army Good Conduct Medal, Army Campaign Medal, European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal with 3 bronze stars, service stars, World War II Victory Medal, Army of Occupation Medal with Germany clasp, Combat Infantry Badge, Sharpshooter Badge with carbine, pistol, and machine gun bars, Marksman Badge with rifle bar, and finally he received the Honorable Service Lapel Button, World War II. Did you all wear those on your uniform?
Huh?
Did you wear all those medals on your uniform?
No.
I don't think so. They weigh you
I
down.
don't even know where they went.
You don't know where they are?
Yeah.
I wonder why. So we have to stress the point, unfortunately, there'll be wars forever. That's the fact. That's the situation. So make your young men tough. Make them super, super tough. And even if they don't enter the war, I can't stress it more, you can't sissify these young boys, because eventually when mom is pushing up daisies, and you will soon. And you will soon. Mr. Jeckovich said he blinked his eyes at 20 years old and he's 100. Where did 80 years go?
Oh, yeah.
Where did 80 years? So, Mom, you're not going to be around forever. Make your sons tough. Because otherwise, when you're pushing up daisies, if they're not tough, they might be in a street with a bucket begging for money. Don't do it to them. Don't do it to them. Make those kids, boys, tough. You'll regret it. You sure we will. Well, we have a lot of text messages, and we still have a lot of reading to do. We're second time around, either on chapter 7 and 8. Did you want me to hit some of the text, or?
Yeah, hit those, yeah, hit those, yeah.
Hit the text? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Always nice text. There's a lot of text messages that are repetitive, but that's okay, and I'll tell you the reason why it's okay. This might be a first-time listener, and with due respect to a first-time listener, it might be repetitive to us, but we have to answer the text. Let's start with the basic 3. Where the hell are my notes? I got everything going on. Let's start with the basic 3. What do you contribute your longevity to?
Genes.
Genes, okay. Did you do any other things to contribute to your longevity?
Say again?
Did you smoke?
No.
Did you drink?
No.
No. Did you jog for 80 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good part of it, yeah. Mr. Jeckovich never took a prescription, or he never took a vitamin in his life. As I mentioned earlier, he reads 3 newspapers with no glasses. He shake your hand and knock you to the ground. So he's knocking on the door. He's born in 1925, and now we're knocking on the door of 100, 2025, and he's looking good. He's in great shape. Great shape. He's in great shape. You grew up during the Great Depression. What was that like?
When I was young then, I didn't feel anything. I was well fed. My mother and father took care of me. For Christmas and Easter, we'd get new clothes.
So you didn't even know there was a Great Depression going on?
No.
Wow. Mr. Jeckovich's book is titled Their Mother's Sons.
12 minutes.
And once again, how many pages is it?
849.
Jeez. How many?
12.
I know you didn't have Google, and I know you didn't have a computer. How'd you write this thing out?
Yellow pages.
What?
Yellow pages.
Yellow legal tablets.
Yeah.
You must have had a mountain of them.
2. 2 of them. It took 2 of them to make that up.
Wow. Did you eventually type it out yourself?
Pardon?
Did you type the book out yourself
No,
eventually?
no.
Who did that?
I had somebody in Niagara University.
Okay. Okay. And the question I get 20 times, 30 times a day is, how much is the book and where can I buy it?
It's not for sale.
Yes, it's not about money. Mr. Jeckovich is fine in that department. The book was written for one purpose and one purpose only, to give the younger generation an idea on how to have a better life, how to have a more wholesome life. And chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter tells you about that. For example, if you want to text Mr. Jeckovich, let's just say about marriage, let's hear it. How many years were you married?
69 years.
69 long and wonderful years, yeah. Last year alone, there was probably at least 90,000 divorces in Florida. And what contributed to that?
Money.
Money. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of young people are doing their best. They're working 2 jobs each, and they still don't make enough money to pay the bills. The bills are high. The income is low. We had suggestions over the last couple months of different ideas for small businesses, because many times working for somebody else, we refer that to grinding it out. Grinding it out. And by that, it's a lot of work, it's a struggle. and you just don't make enough money to pay your bills. We talked about several ideas. The ideas were everything from a laundromat to a construction business or a wallpapering business. But you have to find some type of things that the husband and wife like, and then they can expand on it. And you gotta like what you're doing, and money will come secondary. Money will come after it, but you have to find what you like and provide a nice and honest service. For example, once you find that business, always keep trying, never give up. There's a right business for you, mom and dads. Just keep duplicating it, and before you know it, you'll do quite well. Before you know it. And when it's all said and done, you'll realize it was pretty easy to make money, but then you'll find out it's harder to keep it. It's harder to keep it. But if you're living in a beautiful state like Florida, Florida is the only state in the union that gives you great benefits, great benefits of putting all your real estate into a land trust. Great benefits. No other state, I researched every one of them, has anything like Florida has. You can put all your real estate, including your house you live in, and a land trust, and many times you can do it yourself. It's a simple process, and the whole basis of that is to own nothing and control everything. Own nothing and control everything. For example, if you're an anonymous owner of all this real estate and you have a hiccup in your business or a car accident, someone could easily sue you, which happens 20 times a second in Florida, and take everything you worked hard for, and most of your assets are in real estate and rentals of some type or land investments. By putting it into a land trust, you're completely anonymous, and those assets can't be touched. Can't be touched at all. And that's so nice to put that in those land trusts so you could sleep well at night that you did all this work, you made all this money, and nobody, and I mean nobody, could enter your land trust, and no one could take your property for any default judgments or any type of judgments. It's a beautiful thing. Just simply Google it, Florida Land Trust. You'll see you have more opportunities in a land trust than any other state, and it's the best savings tool you can imagine. And you can pass on your property to whoever you want without even going to a recording. The only thing that's recorded is the land trust deed, which would be an anonymous trustee, and all the other documents aren't recorded, so you can move those around as you see fit, depending on who you want to sell it or who you want to give it to. There's a lot more to it, but the benefits are absolutely tremendous. The benefits are, no other state could do this. So once you find what you want, you can start making money, and you'll realize it was very easy to make a lot of money, but you'll realize it's harder to keep because everyone always wants to get into your pocket. And that's the fact. Once you have money, they'll always want to get it into your pocket. And so from time to time we think of businesses, we don't have no guarantees the business will work, but we're just trying to give you an idea just to go do it, because you'd rather do it than not do it. But you can't imagine yourself grinding it out day after day after day, something you don't want to do, and you can't pay your bills. Too much stress, and then what generally happens? Divorce. Divorce. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So let's see what other text messages I got. Minutes, please.
Five and a half.
5.5.
Yeah.
Wow. Mr. Jeckovich, you're looking quite well. We listen to your show about 2 or 3 times a week. Is it expensive getting old?
Is it expensive?
Getting
Oh,
old.
yeah, everything's expensive, yeah.
You're damn right it is. Once you get old, you become what's called a human cash register. A human cash register, that's the fact. It's very expensive, right, Mr. Jeckovich?
Yeah.
So let's just go over something. I received a text, I think it was 2 months ago, from a couple in their 60s, and they said, hey, listen, we have our house paid for in full, and we have $1 million in the bank. And I told them, quite frankly, I would not want to be you. I would not want to be you. And they said, why? I think we did pretty good. Well, you did pretty good if you have no hiccups in your life, but if you have a problem, it's going to be very expensive to stay at home. Like Mr. Jeckovich jogged for 80 years and he jumped out of planes during World War II and banged up his knees. And so now he's in a wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
And then once you're in a wheelchair, it gets more complicated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you're in a wheelchair and you want to stay at home, you'll need to hire a lot of staff. You need to hire a cook, a good cook. You need to hire a couple people around the clock, 24/7, every day, to help you use the restroom, to help you get dressed, shower, change your clothes. And all this is very time consuming and it's hard to find good people. Then you'll need to hire a nice driver, which is hard to do too. But most important, you have to hire some type of manager, a manager to handle all your schedulings, doctor's appointments, this appointment, that appointment. It doesn't sound like it's much, but believe me, it's a major task. And all that will easily add up to about $40,000 a month. And that's not luxurious living. That's simply, basically survival living. So to answer the question of these folks in a roundabout way, they have their house paid for in full, lien free, and $1 million in the bank. So here's what happens if you run into a hiccup and you can't walk anymore. It's going to cost you $40,000 a month each and every month. Survival money, not luxurious living. And in 2 months with that $1 million, you're flat ass broke. And that's how we came to that conclusion. And that's the reality of it.
2.5.
That's the reality of it. So, and many people, they retire at 64, and unfortunately at 65 they're gone, but you beat the system, you're 100 years old.
Huh?
You're 100 years old and you're looking good.
Yeah.
How long have you been retired for?
1980.
Jesus, 45 years, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. You're doing pretty damn good. You beat the system, man. This is amazing. I don't know another 100-year-old person. You're very unusual. We nicknamed you back at the office the Super Soldier.
Yeah. Super soldier.
Super Soldier, yeah. Homer, do you know anyone 100?
No, I don't.
Hell no, I don't either. Back staff, anyone back here?
No.
I don't either.
I don't know anybody.
Jesus. So that's beautiful. And so the most important thing we're saying about these last couple sentences, you do not want to outlive your money. You do not want to outlive your money. That's so important that you don't outlive your money. Think of now, if you're like 40s or 50s, think of ways that you could bring in a nice income, maybe a passive income of 5 and 6 figures monthly, because as you get older, the bills get high. Mr. Jeckovich beat the system. He did not outlive his money. He did fine in that department, but most people are gone at mid-60s. So you want to, take your time and look over a decent plan on what you could do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your best business you enjoyed, Mr. Jeckovich?
What?
What was the best business you had that you enjoyed?
Duplex giant wash.
Duplex Giant Wash. Where was that located?
Second and Niagara Street.
Wow. Tell us about the customers.
Customers were poor. They didn't have a wash machine, but they were the nicest people to see. Congenial,
30 seconds.
How much?
trusting.
So they're nice people.
Yeah.
Tell me when I get down to 10. So that was, how do you think they would do today?
Well, different culture today.
Do you think you'd make it today?
No, they're storing them now.
Minutes?
10 seconds.
Mr. Jeckovich, the studio time expires in about 20 seconds. What did you want to do now?
Well, let's watch Trump.